seeing but not perceiving. Next to him was a broken bowl. It's all just small change, a few cents here and there. Just then a man in black walked by. A black card. Fly precisely into that broken bowl. The scene left the beggar stunned. A look of joy suddenly sparkled in her eyes. Finally going to see the master. The beggar's lips curled slightly upward. He picked up the card. Then he swiftly turned and jumped down from the overpass. A chorus of gasps erupted around. The passers-by never expected. The beggar actually committed suicide. Passers-by hurriedly rushed down from the overpass. Looked down, but the shocking thing was that there was no sign of the beggar's body. It was as if he jumped down in that very moment, then disappeared halfway. But no one saw it. At the other end of the overpass, a mysterious figure dressed in black, wearing black pants and a mask, proceeds slowly. His aura rises with each step, like a waking king of hell, emitting the aura of a saint. The order of the Dark Knight has been given. The Unicorn King returns to his throne. This same scene, unceasingly staged in various places in Jiangbei City. The beggar by the roadside, Boss Pavilion, white-collar workers on the streets, the boss in the luxury car, one identity after another. But when they saw that card, they all share only one identity. Dark Knight, tonight in Jiangbai, destined to no longer be calm. To Jiangbai first-class aristocracy, swatting away an SSS-level guardian. 2 SSS-class powerhouses, up to 10 S-level individuals, the master and the top-tier master, countless, especially in the past few days. Jaya has gained another SSS-level powerhouse. Nameless old man, it's like a tiger with wings. Tonight, inside the entire Jaya mansion, bustling with activity. The lights are bright. Chen Jaya, Wai Jaya, Sikong family, 3 great noble houses. Moment, let the whole thing be added. Strong ones are like fish. The 3 demons of the Leng family, Chen added, the guardian of the 2 great families. A full 5 SSS-level powerhouses. SS level, exactly 10 people. S-class stronger, 36 people. Masters and top-tier masters, even more densely packed. The courtyard is filled with this lineup. It's terrifying to the extreme. Could traverse the entire Jiangbai province. Unstoppable. But tonight, everyone's expression, extremely solemn. Above the main hall, looking at the corpse of the elder from Shi-Sin, the 3 demons of the Leng family. The expression on his face was as pale as a chicken's. What a cruel method! That little brat. This is really cursed. The elder of destiny had a face full of contention. I wish I could skin Yi Feng alive. Dai Sha Leorin, equally sullen. Everyone says that. We have received news. That little bastard arrived at Jiangbai. I just didn't expect it. Shi-Sin actually died at his hands. Speaking, the intense killing of the chicken from the old man's body, spreading out, since he has already cast extermination iron, so he and the 4 great families, it's a situation of unending conflict. Tonight, we must make him. No return. The words of the old man of the earth suddenly made everyone. One after another they responded. One by one they kill the chickens. Just at this moment hasn't said anything. Nameless old man suddenly opened my eyes. A faint smile appeared at the corner of the mouth. Here it comes. Episode 146. Gename. Unloading the kill. Here it comes. As the words of the nameless old man fell, all the high-ranking officials of the 4 great families, all in line, looking outside. Da da da. Footsteps approached. I only see outside. Masters of the four great families make way for a path. A young man in black clothing, accompanied by a group of people in black outfits, slowly approaching. These men in black, unified attire, black clothes, black pants, black mask, a full 40 people, in the depths of her eyes. Bitterly cold. This seems to be the devil legion that emerged from hell, filled with a sense of horror, darkness, seeing the attire of these people. The upper management of the four major families. They stood up in unison. Each face was extremely gloomy. They didn't expect this mysterious organization. I can't believe it appears here. Pill. At that moment, a person in the courtyard, S-class master, suddenly lifted up. As Yifeng passed by him, a steel knife appeared in his hand, and then towards Yifeng's neck. Vicious stabbing. Die. West. Swift as lightning. Regarding this scene, Yifeng remained indifferent. He continued to move forward slowly. Do not dodge or evade. This scene, let this S-level expert, extreme ecstasy, the steel knife in hand, deceased, more enlightened, just right on his steel knife, distance from Yifeng's neck restraint, just an inch away. Brush. A cold light flashed through the bones. The body of this S-rank master suddenly stiffened. He slowly turned his head, looked towards the back of Yifeng, a man in black, in the expression of his face, with a strong sense of disbelief. Immediately after that, the forehead of this S-level master, a crab line emerges. The whole person split in two. Even in death, he couldn't see clearly. The man in black. How should we take action? Ah, this scene. Let everyone in the courtyard. Startled. Coaxing. Quidlid. Ready. Worthless. They looked at the figure in black, filled with a deep sense of melancholy. I never would have thought. An S-rank master, just like that, split in half. Regarding the gazes of those around, the man in black was completely indifferent. His steel knife was sheathed. The whole person quietly followed Yifeng, walking slowly, as if nothing had happened. When Yifeng and the others arrived in the middle of the courtyard, the upper echelons of the four major families, everyone stepped out. He really didn't expect this. You little bastard. You actually dared to come. Destiny Elder, glaring viciously at Yifeng. The corners of her mouth curled into a faint smile. Yifeng, so you are a person of darkness. No wonder Shixin would die at your hands. But, so what? Finished speaking. Tanaming Leorin, master in the paper folding courtyard, the wicked smile at the corner of the mouth, becoming more intense. Look around you. Our SSS level powerhouse. 5 people in total. 10 SSS class powerhouses. Dozens of S-class existences. Masters and elite masters. Countless. And you all. Just these 40 people. Are you looking for death? The words of the Destiny Elder fell. The people from the 4 great clans. He burst into laughter. No matter what. General. It's still about strength. 4 great families absolutely crush the darkness of the night. In their eyes, this time Yifeng and others. No return. Have you said enough? At that moment, Yifeng's words leave everyone stunned. Enough said. Let those people. Everything is out. What? Yifeng's words. Let all the experts. Jinshu was taken aback, especially the upper echelons of the 4 major families. One by one, they were astonished and uncertain. You saw right through me. The Elder of Destiny smiled ominously, increasingly evil. Okay, since that's the case, then I'll grant your wish. Finished speaking, the Elder of Destiny snapped his fingers. Splashing sound. At this moment, figures appeared one by one, appearing from all corners. These people, each breath is incredibly powerful. In the blink of an eye, nearly 100 people came out. Seeing the people who have come out, the ancient words beside Yi Feng, I'd only feel a tingling on my scalp. A first-class family is home. Genjaya, second-rate wealthy families fear their homes. Waste family, this is almost Jianbei. All the banners of the aristocratic families. Moment of ancient wisdom. His complexion became increasingly worse. Jianbei City has 3 top-tier prestigious families. A quasi-first-class prestigious family, first-class aristocracy, and the 4 major second-tier clubs. But now, almost everyone has come here. This is equivalent to 40 people's dark night. We must confront all the powerful families in Jianbei. How is this possible? Especially with the re-emergence of the 4 great families. Suddenly, the number of experts in the courtyard increased, reached the peak. SSS level master, up to 8 people have already arrived. SSS class master, as many as 15 people. S-class master, nearly 100 people. Masters and top-tier masters, dense and numerous. A sea of crows. It is almost a gathering of all top combat powers in Jianbei. Not just ancient sayings. Not just ancient sayings. Even the people of the Dark Night. A heavy feeling settled in my heart. They did not expect. All the wealthy families in Jianbei. Unexpectedly, the flag. Look at Yi Feng. Did you see that? This is a deadlock. Dead. This is your time to die. Tanaming Leorin and others, laughing wildly one by one. This is completely one-sided. This side of oneself. Gathered all the top forces from Jianbei. Yi Feng and these 40 people, no matter how powerful they are, will undoubtedly die. In an instant, a strong sense of oppression, lingering in ancient words, in the hearts of all members of the Dark Night. The strength disparity is completely unequal. How are we supposed to fight this? Present moment, ancient sayings wait for people. Each person felt an immense weight on their hearts. Just at this moment, Yi Feng slowly glanced around. Everyone in the courtyard. The 8 great aristocratic families. There are a total of 842 people here. Good. Very good. Yi Feng's gaze, increasingly icy cold. You killed my brother. 109 people. That I'll let you all, these 842 people, come to accompany the burial. What? This sentence. Let the Fate Elder and others wait. All things considered. Immediately after, bursting into laughter one by one. Crazy. In their eyes, Yi Feng, Yi Feng, Yi Feng, Yi Feng, Yi Feng. Yi Feng has definitely gone mad. With 40 people. Just want to kill 842 people. Moreover, the strength is overwhelmingly one-sided. This is simply a fantasy. The members of the 8 great families, at this moment gazing at Yi Feng, as if looking at a fool, even ancient sayings. His complexion was growing increasingly worse. Just at this moment, Yi Feng slowly took out from his pocket, take out a round ball. This sphere is made of stone. It's densely packed above, carved with symbols. This is the magical artifact. Seeing this sphere, the old man of destiny and others, slightly taken aback. Immediately, his expression changed drastically. Not good. Quick, stop him. The old man of destiny's expression changed drastically. They hurriedly wanted to step forward to stop Yi Feng. Just at that moment, Yi Feng's lips curled into a bright smile. One step forward. Yizumayan. 8 legs arrive. Then it was to Bazu. That's all. The sphere in Yi Feng's hand. A casual toss. As this moment, the sphere soared into the sky. A flash of blood light erupted. Immediately after that, this blood light flickers. It turned into a massive stream of blood, cover the entire courtyard. Magic circle. This is Yi Feng using heavenly realm spiritual awareness. A formation for refining. Proof of bloodshed. Take your lives. In honor of my brother's spirit. You'll die. As these words fell, Yi Feng's palm, facing the sphere in mid-air, suddenly a jolt. Ah, the entire blood, shining brilliantly, and then crosses of blood slicing through. The sky is draped. Swish, swish, swish. These cross-blood blades, as if flowing light. It's almost at its peak, especially numerous, like raindrops, thick and densely packed. Crazy photo shoot. Slaughter. Performing. Episode 147. Crying for Lazayo. Shinshan Nyanya. Puff, puff, puff. Blood-red blades of light swept across, bringing forth a spray of blood flowers, like the scythe of death, harvesting lives mercilessly. Master and super elite master, its light chives, killed mercilessly. Blood stained the ground red. In the blink of an eye, there were nearly 100 people. Died on the spot. Let the entire courtyard. It felt like a slaughterhouse. Extremely bloody. No, the heads of the 8 great noble families. At this moment I desire to practice. They looked at their fellow clansmen. One by one, they fell in the light of the blade. Beneath, part like a knife twist. That is their prestigious family. The foundation of standing in Jiangbei. Now the foundation is shaking. Din, din, din. Very soon, all the high-level executives of the wealthy families. There was no time to think further. Blood-red blades of light reveal crazily to them. These blood-colored blades, every line is fast and urgent. Touching it will hurt. Touching it will surely lead to death. Instantly caught the attention of all the high-ranking members of the aristocracy. Dodge left and weave right. In a state of utter embarrassment. This scene, let Gu Yu and all the members of the Dark Knight. Shocked to the extreme, they looked at the patches, the slaughtered strongmen, in the depths of the eyes. Good, incredibly shocked. So impressive. The eyelids of the Unicorn King twitched wildly, with a face full of horror. Until this moment, he just witnessed the methods of this new master. Brutality, very spicy. The enemy is like ants. This is a man like a devil. This is just the beginning. The next scene. Let all the members of the Dark Knight gather, shocked to the core. Brush, brush, brush. A wisp of demonic energy from Yi Feng's body as soon as they dispersed. These black vibes, one by one, they turned into vengeful spirits towards those around, resisting the crimson light blade. Strong ones, crazy escape, last, an S-rank powerhouse. A flash just passed by, crimson light blade, but at that moment, a surge of dark energy penetrated his body. Suddenly his body, a violent shudder, just before he could arrive, moment of reaction, a blade of crimson light suddenly swept past, ahead, falling down, until death. In his eyes, still lingering, endless fear, at this moment, with the addition of demonic energy, combined with sharpness. Blood-red blade, the 8 powerful families. Death speed, suddenly surged. One strong warrior falls after another. One expert after another met their demise. Here, it has become the graveyard of the strong. My clansmen, a SSS-level powerhouse, at this moment hair disheveled, almost crazy. He witnessed it firsthand, the death of a person from each ethnic group. This made him feel utterly shaken. Little bastard, I want to kill you. I want you dead. Present moment, this SSS-ranked powerhouse, one-handed sword, swinging fiercely down at Yifeng. Just at that moment, Dujia Wan, a chill crept to the corners of my mouth, suddenly sprang up. I want to kill my master. You're looking for trouble. Dujia Wan, holding a sword piercing with a 3-edged tip. Every strike is at its peak speed. Knock, knock, knock. 2 great SSS-level powerhouses. In an instant, a battle broke out. This is just the beginning. Immediately after that, 2 more SSS-level powerhouses have appeared, charging straight towards Yifeng. Killed by the tiger, Wan, with the blood-silver king standing firm. Swish, 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 the remaining members of the Dark Knight, in perfect unison, joined the battle group. They each carried a steel knife. Frenzied slaughter, not eating. NS rank master, split in half. Ed, a top-notch expert. Existence is being cleaved apart. The combination of demonic energy and blood-colored blades. The combat power of the Dark Knight members almost reached its limit. Top-tier Shadow Knight member, casually reaping the lives of S-rank strong warriors. Master-level Dark Knight member, slaying a top-level master, like stepping on an ant. Do not eat. Baldasan, with one strike, he defeated a top-tier master, split in half, on his face, brimming with indescribable excitement. You should know, he isn't even considered a master. But now, with the combination of demonic energy and blood-red blade light, he actually did it effortlessly, killed a top-tier master. This kind of excitement. Baldasan was excited to the extreme. Brothers, did you see it? The master is using the enemy's blood, in memory of your departed souls. You can rest now. Bald-headed Asan is filled with tears. He longs to be with his brother, fighting side by side. I would rather be with them, accompany Feng in conquering the world. Brothers, you are leaving, but I, Asan, am still here. I will become stronger. I will live for you all, accompanying the master for you. Dominate the world. At this moment, in the eyes of the bald Asan, brimming with intense battle spirit and fervor. Wipe away the hot tears on your face. Raise the butcher's knife. With one strike, he took down a master. Split in half. Shallow. Continue. This moment, it was almost a one-sided situation. 40 members of the Nightshade, like a house of cards collapsing, crushing relentlessly. The elite legion of hundreds of powerful individuals. Just a moment. Most of the powerful individuals from the wealthy families have died. The remaining ones, breathing heavily one by one, covered in blood. Desperate with fear, they despaired. Utter despair. Many strong individuals want to escape, but just ran to the door. Then blood appeared in mid-air, torn into pieces. Blood-killing formation, immortal and unending. No place to escape. This scene, even more so, it allows the elite legion, desperate with fear. Every person, the gaze turned towards Yifeng and Anyi, as if seeing a ghost, especially the Shaijia and the other 3 great families. One by one, they completely ruined the atmosphere. They thought, help the Tujia and the other three major families. Can be done easily. Yi Feng and the others were almost completely slaughtered. At that time, there will be great benefits. But I never would have dreamed. This has become their graveyard. I hate it. A strong individual from a master family, unable to escape, in boundless regret, pierced through by the crimson blade, not just an ordinary strong person. This moment, even the Destiny Elder and the other three. My eyelid is twitching like crazy, scalp tingling. Den it, den it. What kind of magical artifact is this? The Elder of Destiny and others. I can hardly believe it. They have seen the ritual implements, but has never seen a magic array. Especially, this actually comes from the hand of the top-class little guy. How is this possible? Da da da. Just then, footsteps echoed. The three demons of the Leng family saw. Yi Feng was actually holding a broken sword. Slowly, he walked over slowly. Kill him. A dead child must never be kept. The Destiny Elder and others. One by one, their expressions. It was dark to the extreme. They know. If we don't kill Yi Feng this time, then wait for this guy to grow up. Not just them. It seems the entire Leng family. They will all be destroyed. Thinking of this, the old man of destiny waved his arm. Swipe, swipe, swipe. The last 5 SSS level powerhouses. Instantly encircling Yi Feng. Demon, artifacts, and bloodlight blades, for S-class strong ones, can be considered lethal. It can also allow SSS level powerhouses. Extremely apprehensive. It may perish. But for an SSS level powerhouse, their inner strength is too powerful. Flesh and bone, condensed like steel, demon artifacts, and blood-red blade, at most it will just make them a bit embarrassed. But it is not enough to be lethal. At this moment, 5 SSS class powerhouses. Everyone's gaze turned towards Yi Feng, killing a chicken to warn the monkey. They know. Only by killing Yi Feng. Only by saving oneself can one save their people. Looking at the 5 people before me, Yi Feng's lips curled slightly. A hint of light spread out. Evil and confusing. Especially the broken sword in his hand. A buzzing sound echoed. As if unable to wait any longer. Want to drink blood. The broken sword raises its might. Starting from your heads. You can all die. As the voice fell, Yi Feng's figure darted out. Episode 148. Start. So, Yi Feng's speed, like lightning, in the blink of an eye, quickly darted in front of an SSS class powerhouse. Dan Jian Wang Ming, facing this SSS level powerhouse. With a single strike down, this scene, let this SSS level powerhouse. Slightly taken aback. Immediately after that, a rich complexion appeared on the face. Black, a top-tier ant. This is really looking for trouble. This SSS level powerhouse didn't take Yi Feng seriously at all. In his heart, Yi Feng is someone who writes strange methods. Super elite little guy, without the protection of the 3 kings of the dark night. He killed Yi Feng, like stepping on an ant. Kid, you should die. This SSS level powerhouse. A smile flickered at the corner of her mouth. Brush the super alloy steel knife in hand towards the broken sword. Resist and leave. Not only that, his strength pushed to the limit. As long as the shattered sword flies apart, he is confident in one move. Yi Feng was slain under the blade. When the broken sword and the steel knife, in the blink of an eye, they collided at one point. Hachu, a flash of light. the figure of this SSS-level powerhouse, suddenly a general, the smile frozen on her face. Completely frozen. How could that be? His eyes widened in disbelief. A trace of disbelief, flickering in my eyes. Just as he finished speaking, only on the super alloy steel blade, a crack begins to surface. And then the whole steel knife, it unexpectedly shattered. Not only that, a thin line of blood emerging at the forehead of this SSS-level powerhouse. The bloodline grows stronger. Immediately after that, a single sound of eating. The body of this SSS-level powerhouse to split into two parts. The crimson blood of the heart, scattered all over the ground, died on the spot. This scene, let the remaining 4 SSS-level powerhouses, startled. One by one, their faces were filled with disbelief, almost doubting my own perception. One strike, one kill, especially a top-tier expert. Unexpectedly, it struck down an SSS-level powerful being with a single blow. How is this possible? Everyone looked towards the broken sword in Yifeng's hand. One eyelid twitched uncontrollably, astonished to the core. Ritual instrument? This is actually a magical artifact. They could never have dreamed. This delicate, mottled broken sword. It turns out to be an incredibly sharp magic weapon. Damn it. This moment, the remaining 4 people. I'd only feel a tingling on my scalp. A magical artifact is extremely precious. But now, Yifeng, there are actually 2 magical artifacts. This is simply an incredible thing. Everyone go together. Who killed him? Who will the broken sword and the round ball belong to? As the Elder of Destiny's guidance, speaking, immediately made the other 3 people. Her eyes sparkled brightly. This is a master-level expert. The artifact that can only be crafted with skill. Especially 2 items. If obtained, then they slaughter the same level. It was a piece of cake. Thinking of this, in the eyes of the 4 SSS-level powerhouses, filled with overwhelming greed, Kodai, another SSS-class powerhouse. Most greedy, he had a crazed look on his face. Suddenly, he rushed to Yifeng's territory, asked, as the voice fell silent, super alloy steel blade suddenly struck towards Yifeng's realm. Yifeng at the boundary. Yifeng's neck stiffness. Just at that moment. At the moment of about to strike Yifeng. Brush. Yifeng as a whole, like a phantom, instantly disappeared. Be careful. The 3 demons of the Leng family watched this scene. The expression changed dramatically. In front of that SSS-level powerhouse. He reminded gently, this sentence, let this SSS-class powerhouse. A slight pause. Immediately following that, he felt a breeze on his back. The face suddenly changed color. Not good. This SSS-level powerhouse. The souls are flourishing together. The whole person becomes agile and evasive. It's too late. Stay. Words of ice cold, as if it came from hell. A trace of blood light. Facing the throat of this SSS-level powerhouse. A fleeting moment. Baloop. A head rolled onto the ground. Surging blood, sprayed along the nape. Splash. When the body of this SSS-level powerhouse fell to the ground. In the entire scene, a complete silence. Then, 2 strikes to eliminate 2 SSS-level powerhouses. How is this possible? The scene before me. It startled everyone. One by one, they felt like dying. If I say, the first SSS-level powerhouse. So this one. Absolutely a crazy crushing of strength. Everyone could hardly believe their eyes. Top-tier master, 2 strikes to eliminate 2 SSS-level entities. How is this possible? Everyone is extremely disappointed, especially the 3 demons of the Ling family. Their eyelids twitched wildly, looking at Yifeng, as if seeing a ghost. Damn kid. Kill him. He must be killed. They know. Yifeng will not die today. Then there will surely be endless troubles ahead. In the present moment, Old Man Destiny and Old Man Earth Fiend. Suo Yujia Gong Yifeng. A quick move. One move faster than the next. One move surpasses another. Swish, swish, swish. A streak of sword light, surrounded by Yifeng. This is just the beginning. Immediately following that, the gaze of the nameless old man. The cold light flickered, chilling words. It came from his mouth, without fragrance or form, vanished without a trace. This is nameless. As the words fell, he seemed like a ghost, instantly blend into the night. It felt as if the whole person, as if vanishing into thin air. Extremely eerie. Seeing this scene, Tiananming Leorin and Disha Leorin, the smile at the corners of the mouth grew more profound. The 3 of them worked together in perfect harmony. 2-person attack. Assassination of 1 person. This move, almost crushing all opponents of the same level. I have to say, the strength of the 3 demons of the Leng family. Absolutely SSS. And the cream of the crop among the strong. The guardian among the wealthy families. Simply powerful several times over. The 3 of them joined forces. Power surge. Best. At that moment, a cold glint in a single glance, flashing forth from the dark night, straight for Yifeng's back, fast as lightning, caught off guard, looking for death. Yifeng's lips curled into a cold smile. At this moment, a sword forced back the Tiananming and his hand, and then didn't even look. The shoulder facing the dark shadow behind. A sudden stab. Not eating. Blood flower marked sword. The nameless old man coughed. Fell from the darkness of the night. His shoulder was drenched in blood. The face was filled with boundless shock. How could it be? How did he discover it? Ah, the nameless old man could hardly believe it. His agility. However, it was passed down from an ancient book. Even if she is a master-level giantess, it's hard to notice. But it was seen through by Yifeng at a glance. This is simply unbelievable. Just, this still hasn't stopped. Immediately following that, Yifeng was completely immersed. It shot out like lightning, the broken sword in hand, madly slashing down. Talk, talk, talk. A stream of flowing light. The fatal weaknesses of the 3 demons of the Ling family. Let's go for a little while. This scene, the 3 were utterly shocked. In a flurry. Hurry and defend. Slow, slow. Slow. Your moves are so slow. What use is holding back? As Yifeng's words fell, his broken sword flashed. Not eating. The hand of the Destiny Elder. Split apart forcefully. This is just the beginning. The turn is too slow. Tengmo is slow-witted. You need to waste your legs. The fleeting light glimmered. Not eating. The leg of the Earth Fiend Elder. Chopped off brutally. The attack is inaccurate. The sword is unsteady. You fail to see what's right in front of you. After saying this, aided. Giant Man Yi Taio. The nameless old man only felt a vine in front of him. Suddenly, 2 eyeballs fell down forcefully. Screams echoed one after another from the mouths of the 3 demons of the Ling family. They are all covered in blood, extremely tragic, especially in their eyes, lingering with boundless terror. Never would have dreamed. 3 of us. Alliance. Unexpectedly, it can still be crushed completely. Monster? This guy. It's just a monster. The three demons of the Ling family. Never seen anything so terrifying. Top-tier powerhouse. This can be called a monstrosity. It was just their nightmare. Just beginning. Episode 150. Wedding, bride, burial companion. Thud. When the 8 members of the Dark Knight fell to the ground. Linlin's charming face. It looked extremely ugly. You kill them. In Linlin's expression, overflowing with boundless anger. A pair of beautiful eyes fixed intensely on Leng Sai. Upon hearing these words, Leng Si's lips curled. A hint of a cold smile appeared. Just a group of ants. Death is nothing to be mourned. Finished speaking. Coldly savoring. Took a glance. Linlin, a wicked smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. President Lin, you should take better care of yourself. This sentence. Lion Lin's face grew increasingly unpleasant. She took a glance. Family kneeling on the ground. Asked indifferently. Lingxi, what do you really want to do? Lingxi smiled eerily. Directly stop the investigation and go to the spirit tablet of Consort Yu. Laughing more and more maliciously. You killed my nephew Gong Yunfei. So, I want you, the spirit tablet of my nephew's marriage. But this sentence. Let Linlin's face change dramatically. This is just the beginning. Immediately following this, Lang Si glanced coldly and said, I will prepare a spirit tablet for you and Yun Fei. Hold a wedding, an unprecedented grand wedding. You will become the bride of Yun Fei. Then accompany her in burial. Wedding, bride, burial companion. Upon hearing these words, Linlin's face turned ashen. Not just her. Linlin's grandfather, father, and uncle. Their expressions changed drastically. Especially Linlin's uncle. The pain is the most intense on weekdays. Linlin, hearing these words at this moment, suddenly pleaded with Lang Si. Fourth master, I beg you, let my niece go. She is still young. She can't be buried with a dead person. Dead person. Upon hearing this, Lang Si's gaze turned cold, golden knife in hand, with a flake. Pachik, the golden knife is as swift as lightning, instantly pierced through Uncle Linlin's forehead. A splash of blood blooms. Uncle, dead? Linda. Linlin and the others' expressions turned pale. Calls echoed one after another. Heart-wrenching, in their desperate and sorrowful gaze. Uncle Linlin's gaze was fixed. The whole person fell with a thud, fell to the ground, died on the spot. Seeing this scene, Lang Si's lips curled up slightly. Now, you are also a dead person. After saying this, he seemed to just. Every year an ant dies. Indifferent, a pair of eyes, like a venomous snake, staring intently at Linlin. President Linde, this matter. You promised. You must keep your promise too. You must agree to me. You don't agree with a word. I will kill someone from your family. You disagree with 10 different things. Your whole family is going to die. Haj, Lensi's words. The darkness reached its peak. Suddenly made Linlin's family face like ashes. Old man, woman, child. Each of these is Linlin's closest relatives. This made Linlin's face lift, growing increasingly pale. I will count to 3. Are they dead or alive? It's up to you. The voice of Lang Si, evil to the extreme. 1. Linlin's body trembled. 2. Linlin's face was filled with despair. What should I do? What can she do? 3. As the 3 sounds fell, Langsi's lips curled into a bright smile, with a flick of the golden dagger in hand, rushing straight to the one kneeling on the ground. The little boy goes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 1, 6, 10, 10, 10, 10. Allah, let him become more evil. Blood wedding. There must be a bloody sacrifice. As the voice fell silent, Ling brought 4 men in black, slowly disappearing into the night. Jiang SB District. This is one of the most popular bars in the North District. But tonight, inside the bar, there isn't a single guest, only 1 man in black. Standing side by side, at the bar counter, Moro Blood Curse, Iron Hand Lone Wolf, and Waste Money, walking side by side, while drinking wine, while chatting. Vidbubs, I really didn't expect that. Their cultivation has advanced so quickly. Now they have reached the pinnacle among experts. It won't last for a few days. Will become a top-tier existence. The lone wolf looked at the wasted money. Tesk in admiration. Recently, I've been wasting money. In seclusion, diligently practicing under the Tanling system. The joy of silence. Simply unbelievable. Waste money still seems like a round ball. Chubby. But on him, but involuntarily, exudes a sense of pressure. This is the pressure of the strong. Why smiled? Fei Qian looked at the lone wolf. All right then. You're not bad either. Iron Hand Magic Cultivation First Level. You are already an S-rank powerhouse now. That's right. The lone wolf is now an S-level powerhouse. He clenched his fists. Vajra can be broken. Hearing the words about wasting money, the lone wolf glanced at Morozusha. Actually, the benefits of bloodshed are the greatest. His Moro blood scripture, evil forces overwhelming the heavens. Now I am already a quasi-SS level powerhouse. But the combat power, almost comparable. SSS level formidable existence. Lone wolf and wasted money. Look towards Morozusha, full of envy. Before blood slaughter, he was an S-rank powerhouse, especially after obtaining the Moruo Blood Sutra. The cultivation speed of the entire person increased several times. Combat power, even more terrifying, listening to the words of the two. Morozusha downed a glass of strong liquor in one gulp. What am I? I just received the news. The master is in Jianbei, with an unparalleled demeanor, the birth and death of 5 SSS-level powerhouses, leading 40 people in the dark night, slaughtered the 8 major families of Jianbei, 842 skilled masters. That is the true monstrosity. This sentence, not just the Moro blood fiend, the lone wolf beside me and the wasted money. It was also extremely shocking. The gaze of the 3 people. Extreme frenzy, full of anticipation. It's really making me anxious. Follow the master in conquering the world. On their faces, filled with yearning. However, at this moment, a chillingly eerie sound. Silently it came. Hee, you probably won't wait until that day. What? This sentence. Let everyone in the bar. The complexion gradually changed. Immediately after that, they saw, from the entrance of the bar, a young man, accompanied by 4 men in black, slowly walked in. Episode 151. Jiangxi. It's time to wash up. The young man's foot, walking extremely slowly, but every step taken, the entire bar, as if everything trembled for it. It seemed as if he was not a person, but an ancient beast of terror, pressure shooting at people. Behind him, 4 men in black. His complexion was extremely cold, like 4 cold machines, tightly following each other. Seeing this scene, the minions of the venomous wolf in the bar The complexion gradually changed. They did not expect. Someone actually dared to force their way into the midnight bar. "Who is it?" "A strong man," angrily scolding the young man. I wanted to step forward and stop it. Just at that moment, not eating, a flash of blade light flashed. This strong man instantly split in half. This, the bright red blood, scattered everywhere. The strong man until death. In the depths of the eyes, still lingering with a strong sense of malice. And unbelievable. And in front of him, a man in black stood coldly there, holding a long sword. Tick-tock, tick-tock, the bright red blood of the heart. Along the long sword, falling down, the one who takes your life. As these words fell, 4 figures in black moved in unison. Swipe, swipe, swipe. They seemed like flashes of lightning, slipped into the crowd. In hand, long sword, heartless whirlwind. Quick, quick, quicklet. These 4 people, regardless of the body technique, still the sword in hand. The digits are reaching their limit. A subordinate of the poison wolf, still in shock, was brutally killed. Death. 4 men in black moved swiftly like shadows. Sword in hand. It's more like drawing a sword through flowers. Every strike, the city will slit the throats of a few poisonous wolf subordinates. A path, another flash of sword light passed by. A stream of fresh blood sprayed out. The 4 seemed like ruthless killing machines, madly reaping the lives of many. And this scene, the bloodshed of 3 people was lifted. Startled, when Blood Slaughter saw the young man's face, his expression changed drastically. Stop it. Stop it now. Zhu Sha only felt a tingling on his scalp, but when his voice fell silent, the last subordinate of the poison wolf, eyes wide open, her face was filled with terror and despair, fell to the ground, died on the spot. 30 to 40 people, all dead, in an instant. The entire bar, the smell of blood filled the air. Blood flows like a river. What's especially terrifying is, this has been going on for a long time. It only took a few seconds. Damn it. The poison wolf and the waste former were both shocked and angry, looking at the bodies of my brothers scattered on the ground, eyes wide open in disbelief. They didn't even have time to react. Dozens of brothers. Then they were all brutally killed. How is this possible? SSS Ultimate Powerhouse. Du Long and Fei Qian stared fiercely at the 4 men in black. They know. Only SSS level strong ones. Only in a few seconds. Kill these dozens of people. They couldn't even dream of imagining. Little Sambi, an SSS level master, has actually appeared, especially the 4. Lensi, what do you really want to do? Morocco. Zhu Sha's expression darkened to the extreme, eyes fixed firmly on the young man. Zhu Sha is originally from Jiangnan. Understanding the nature of Lang Si, hearing the words of Zhu Sha, Lang Si's lips curled slightly. We need a few livestock for the blood sacrifice. I think the 3 of you are just right. What? This sentence. Let the blood evil trio. Her complexion had turned extremely terrible. At that moment, the 4 men in black, like a flash of lightning, leaping forward, brushed one of the men in black. A long sword directly pierced the blood curse. This scene, Zhu Sha's expression changed slightly. Blood and energy converge in spirit. With a loud explosion, on the body of Zhu Sha, a wave of crimson blood energy suddenly surged forth. Immediately after, his iron fist smashed down fiercely with the long sword. Click. The long sword shattered instantly. That SSS level powerhouse. caught off guard, was knocked out with a single punch. This scene let Lang Si shiver slightly in the depths of the gaze. A hint of surprise emerged. Such a wonderful method. Blood curse. It seems your strength has improved recently. Leaps and bounds. Lang Si knows. Zhu Sha was once an S-rank powerhouse. A short time. Now I have actually become a quasi-SSS level powerhouse. Even more shocking is that his battle power unexpectedly knocked away an SSS level being. Interesting. Lang Si's lips curled slightly. Unfortunately, not enough. Finished speaking. Lang Si waved his hand. Talk, talk, talk. At that moment, there were two SSS level powerhouses. Eliminating the blood curse, another SSS level powerhouse charged towards the poisonous wolf, the man in black who was knocked away. At this moment I stood up again. Mind see ye lie, pounced fiercely toward the ruins. Kill pill, kill pill, kill pill. This moment, Moro blood curse, iron hand poison wolf, Fei Cayenne. The three of them advanced, fighting fiercely with bloodshed. Greedy wolf's hand, iron hand magic attack, Moro blood supper. They unleashed their ultimate moves with wild abandon. For a moment, 4 SSS level existences was forced to retreat again and again. This scene, once again, Ling Si was shocked and stunned. For him, this is simply unbelievable. However, the disparity between the two sides is too great. Fei Cayenne fought desperately for a few moves before. By the man in black, a punch struck the shoulder bone. Clip. His shoulder blade collapsed instantly. This is just the beginning. The man in black, clearly furious out of humiliation, didn't expect that. A solitary SSS level existence. I was unexpectedly confronted by a master level expert. Continuously fended off several attacks. Lie down. In the eyes of the man in black, a hint of eeriness spreads. And then a series of iron fists. Smashed hard against Fei Cayenne. The sound of shattering echoed. In the blink of an eye, Fei Cayenne was covered in blood. More than a dozen bones were fractured. In grave danger. This is just the beginning. Thus, the poisonous wolf saw the tragic state of the ruins. A slight distraction. In an instant, the black-clad figure seized the opening. The longsword flicked. Suddenly on the back of the poison wolf, a deep scar of blood was drawn. Pachai, blood-marked sword. One move and it's over. Jojo loses. The man in black was ruthless in his power. Chang Jian Q and Fei. Poop. Ounce. Poop. Bloody blossoms. Following the mark of the sword on the poisonous wolf's body. In the blink of an eye, the venomous wolf is covered in wounds. Became a blood person. Until the end. Boop. A single call. A sound. A sound. A sound. A sound, a sound. A voice. Yishin. Totally passed out in the dark. Until this moment, the four men in black exchanged glances. Each face was filled with shock they could never have imagined. These three people are surprisingly ghostly. The weak realms surprisingly held off 4 SSS-class strong ones for so long. This is simply unbelievable. All right, take them away. Tomorrow the blood runs shallow, cold as a face full of ferocity. He turned and walked out of the bar, watching as a devilish smirk appeared at the corner of the zombie's mouth. Jia Jai said she would make everyone around Yifeng compete to their deaths. The zombie needs a wash. After saying that, it felt cold as he waved his hand. Next stop, Beijia. Episode 152. Blood Path of Slaughter. 2 o'clock in the morning. The night is deep and mysterious. 3 Rolls-Royces sped down the road. At this moment, the Blood Shadow King in the passenger's seat just finished a phone call. With a grim expression, he said to Yi Feng, "Master has just received the news. Master Lin has also been captured. Master Lin." Upon hearing this, Yi Feng's expression grew increasingly cold. Zhu Sha, Du Lang, Fei Kaiyan, Qiang Wei, Bai Lao Tai Yi, Zhu Guang. Yi family 3 members. Now it's Master Lin again. A flicker of murderous intent shimmered continuously in the light surrounding Yi Feng. A hint of bloodthirsty confusion appeared at the corner of his mouth. "Let my woman be buried with me. Take my brother's blood. Okay. What a cold day. Rebirth after death." This was Yi Feng's most murderous intent yet. It's not just cold. There is also the Ling family. Before, Yi Feng has just extinguished the 8 great families. Then received the news. Unexpected zombie appearance. Just, it is already early morning. No flights returning from the zombies. Especially strange is, private jet in Jiang Bay, almost overnight, all vanished without a trace. Yi Feng can only bring the 3 kings and 4 boats, driving towards the zombies. At this moment, the Bloodlust King continued, "Master, the estimated drive time is still 4 hours. You can return to being a zombie. We will pass through 6 county-level cities along the way, 3 prefecture-level cities. What lies ahead it is Jiangbei Heishi." Upon hearing this, Yi Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, facing the driving Hu Shaowan, said, "Tighter kill, drive carefully. This journey, it seems it won't be peaceful." When Yi Feng learned about Jiang Bei's private jet, after everything has disappeared, there was a feeling in his heart. But it is everything. It's all man-made. Someone is deliberately stopping him. Return to the zombies as soon as possible. Or rather, someone is forcing. He walks this path. Perhaps some strange creatures. It's time to show up. Yi Feng's eyes narrowed slightly, a hint of blood-red sheen in the blink of an eye. Just at that moment, "Pussy," with a dull sound approaching. The tire of the sedan burst instantly. Thus, the entire Rolls-Royce. Instantaneously, a deviation occurred. Break through the guardrail, slammed hard into a poplar tree. Bang! The car's front end is totaled. Yi Feng and the Bloodlust King, Gu Shaowan's expression was grim, stepped out of the car. This kind of car accident, for people like them, it has already caused little harm, but they know. Things are not that simple. As expected, Bilala, not far ahead on the road, shadow in black, slowly approaching. They each held steel knives. Killing intent. Seeing these people. Logo design on the clothing. The Bloodlust King's expression changed drastically. "Master, it is the Ghost Head Mercenary Group. Ghost Head Mercenary Group, one of the top 10 gold medal mercenary groups in the world. This mercenary group is the largest in the world, strong and formidable, has been wandering abroad, establish a remarkable reputation. But the Bloodlust King did not expect. The other party will appear here." Yi Feng's gaze turned cold. He knows. This must be as cold as ice. At that moment, leading, a fierce and ruthless warrior king stepped forward. "Who is Yi Feng? Come out and speak. The word death into die, not yet spoken." A burst of blood-red light spread. This warrior, split in half in an instant. Yi Feng seemed like a demon god, one-handed sword wielding, suddenly headed straight for the ghost's head. Yang Bing walked away. "Since you're here, so this person, then let's stay. As soon as the voice fell, his sword gleamed with a flash. Another soldier king has appeared, struck down by the sound of thunder. One step, one kill. A journey of 1,000 miles leaves no trace. Blood road of slaughter, open. Meanwhile, Jiangxi Gongjia, the young man, stands with his hands behind his back, standing quietly in the courtyard. Thump, thump, thump. A man in black slowly walked over. He respectfully bowed and said, "Si Yuan, as you expected. Yifeng has arrived and is causing trouble, encountering a ghostly figure, the blockade of the armed forces corps." Hearing this, the corners of his mouth were cold. A hint of wickedness emerged from the confusion. Finally, after much effort, "Met an interesting guy. Naturally, I need to have some fun with him. 6 county-level officials, 3 prefectural scholars. I hired with a large sum of money 9 gold medal armed groups in the world. Take him down. 9 SSS class armed kings, 20 SSS level powerhouses, 108 S rank powerhouses. This time, it's hard for him to survive, cold as the corners of the mouth curl. These gold medals embrace the army group. All of them are. He returned from abroad, the formidable soldier hired with a hefty sum. Everyone, all have experienced countless life and death situations. A super tough person who stands firm. One person's foot can crush 3 opponents of the same level, especially Yifeng. Just experienced a great battle. Physical strength has long been exhausted, encountering the blockade of the 9 golden medal armed groups. He will definitely die. Thinking of this, Lang Si smiled faintly. Tomorrow at noon, you should be able to receive his head by now. I really look forward to it. Time flies quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was 10 in the morning. Jiang family clan, decorated with lanterns and banners. The red lotus hangs high. Public property, as if preparing for a joyous occasion. Lively and bustling. Luxury cars parked in front of the door. Famous figures one by one come to congratulate. This moment, the public is simply a great battle. This moment, the public sector is truly magnificent. In the courtyard, unlike the festive decorations and excitement throughout the entire courtyard, the atmosphere had reached an unbearable level of oppression. A distinguished guest sat in the chair. Cold sweat dripped down, flowing down their foreheads continuously. On everyone's face, all filled with terror. Especially, they were whispering to each other. In the sound, filled with unimaginable horror. I really didn't expect that. Even old man Bai has been caught. It seems, from today on, Jiang family clan, one family dominates. Yeah, this time was truly an eye-opener. Really, I provide blood for others. Beauty's burial sacrifice. This cold 4th night. It's so brutal. There is also a lone wolf. I didn't expect that. This is the first person of the Jiang family underground. I never expected to be hurt so badly. Master Lionlin like this. All the respected and influential people have been arrested. Bes, numerous guests, faces filled with pity. In their eyes, rise of the public family, unstoppable force, and the Bai family and other clans. Perhaps from now on everything will fade away. In front of the many guests, there were a full 10 shadows. It is indeed the lone wolf and others. They were all covered in blood, covered in ropes. This moment, lone wolf, waste of money. The blood slaughter trio suffered the most serious injuries. On their bodies, severely injured, blood and flesh grinding against fire. At this moment, although the medicine is applied on my body, but still extremely weak, could die at any moment. Everyone. At this moment, Lang Si slowly walked out, the corner of his mouth, with a hint of wickedness in its curve, at this moment scan all the guests with a glance. As his gaze swept over, all the guests trembled all over. One by one, the sparrows fell silent. Listen quietly. Seeing this scene, Lang Si finally smiled and nodded. Welcome, everyone. Come to the wedding of Yunfei and Linglin. Dead. I am the wedding host. Finished speaking. Lang Si clapped his hands. Suddenly, a man in black appeared, holding a spirit tablet, placed in the main hall. Gong Yunfei arrived at the spiritual seat. I saw the words on the spirit tablet. All the guests' expressions changed. Yunfei, already dead, and these people, even the killer's close friends. Lang Si said. A finger suddenly pointed at the lone wolf and others. The corner of his mouth, with a hint of wickedness in its curve. However, today I am very happy. Give you sacrifices a chance. As long as you have someone. Kneel here. Engrave 100 sounds on Yunfei. Then he fiercely cursed the killer. I consider sparing your lives. Finished speaking. Lang Si stared intently, staring at the lone wolf and others. A face full of wicked smiles. How are you? Episode 153. Will not die. Kneeling before the spirit tablet. Carve 100 loud knocks. Viciously cursed the murderer. You may spare a life. Lang Si's words, filled with temptation, it seemed capable of shattering everyone's struggle. But when this sentence fell on the ears of the lone wolf and others, they all suddenly sneered without leaving. Sure. Looking at the expressions of the lone wolf and others, Lang Si frowned. Are you really planning to die for that little bastard? Lang Si's gaze turned cold, full of gloom, hybrid. Upon hearing this, on the face of spending money, suddenly an overwhelming rage erupted. In my eyes, you are the bastard, unaware of the word death. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. People like you, just a frog at the bottom of a well. You don't know who he is. No, you don't know what kind of deity he is. Words of wasteful spending. Let Lang Si's expression change. With a swoosh, it darkened. Lang Si's gaze. I don't know who he is. But this is just the beginning. The lone wolf fixed its gaze on Lang Si. The corners of his mouth curled in thick sarcasm. It seemed like watching the cold fourth, like watching a clown. Phew, go ahead and daydream. Yifeng is my master. One day as my master, I will be his servant for eternity. I don't understand this sentence. Let Lang Si's gaze, growing increasingly cold, his gaze shifted, staring intensely at the blood sand. The gaze is piercing, spoke seductively. Blood sand. What about you? You have good skills. If you are willing to betray him, I can consider it. Bring you into the Lang family. Lang Si's gaze. Not leaving. I can consider it. You will be brought into the Lang family. Lang Si witnessed the power of blood sand. The opponent relies on their near SS level strength. Then you can defeat SSS class powerhouses. This kind of combat power, extremely terrifying. If I could bring blood sand under my command, not only can it humiliate Yi Feng and this group of people, make yourself even more formidable. Just a droplet of saliva, sprayed harshly in front of Lang Si, on Zhu Sha's face, filled with boundless sarcasm. Looking at Lang Si, it feels like watching an idiot. Shenkesi. First, you can kill. Well, unbearable hope. It's the demon in my heart. Lang Si. the thing I am most proud of in my life. That is to acknowledge him as the master. Next life, I still want to be his servant. Um, this sentence. The anger in Lang Xi's heart completely ignited. How is that possible? How is this possible? How much power can a person truly possess? Able to make these people willing, acknowledge him as the master. He bore the anger for him. Lang Xi could hardly imagine. Guests around, equally unimaginable, as if looking at a madman. Look at the poison wolf and others. Simply unbelievable. Okay, you are very good. Lan Xi, gasping with laughter. His face was filled with a grim expression, reeking of strong resentment and contention. Since you are so foolish, then I'll make it happen for you. To be honest with you all, Yifan, already dead. What? This sentence. The faces of the poison wolves and others changed dramatically. Impossible. The master cannot be dead. The poison wolf and the others looked completely incredulous. Yifeng is a demon. How could the demon die? The poison wolf and others couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it either, looking at everyone's expressions. Lang Xi smiled more proudly. Hee, I'll tell you all. Last night, Yifeng wiped out 842 members of the Jiangbei elite family, already exhausted. I released the news. Let him return to Jiang City overnight. But on the way, I hired 9 out of the top 10 elite mercenary groups with a huge amount of money. 9 SSS-level mercenary kings, 20 SSS-class mercenaries, ruthless people, 108 S-rank mercenaries. Hey, how can one not die? But this sentence. Let the poison wolf and others turn ashen-faced. A night of fierce battle, plus an ambush halfway through, especially the opponent, still the renowned global gold medal mercenary group. This, in an instant, poisonous wolf and others, like a lion, a night of fierce battle. This, in an instant, on the faces of the poison wolves and others. Worry reached its peak. This is just the beginning. I issued a scholarship to the 9 great mercenary groups last night. Who can take Yifeng's head? Delivered to Jiang City. You will receive a reward of $500 million. The cold smile grew even more sinister. It seems that he particularly likes it. Looking at the despairing expressions of Poison Wolf and the others. Just now, I received a phone call. Blood Cross Mercenary Corps, one of the 9 major mercenary groups, arrived at Jiang City. HMPH. This sentence. It felt like a bomb. Let the Poison Wolf and others completely reveal themselves. Blood Cross Mercenary Corps. He is one of the main players in the assassination of Yifeng, since the other party has arrived in Jiang City. So Yifeng, then king of this, venomous wolf and the others, sitting helplessly on the ground, face like ashes. Master, master, the poison wolf was almost mad. His eyes were about to burst. Desires accumulate, blood must be shed. The gaze before the ruins was hollow, as if my soul has been drawn out. Collapse of faith. The whole person almost became foolish from eating. Erzu Shah. He spat out a mouthful of blood. Face full of despair. He began. Not just them. Qian Wai, Zhu Wang, Yifeng Cheng, and others. Each one was filled with extreme despair and anguish. No, it won't. Yifeng will not die. At that moment, Linlin ran out. On her body, dressed in a full outfit of red. She is as beautiful as a painting, like a celestial maiden fallen to the mortal world. Beautiful enough to make one's heart tremble. But at this moment, on her captivating and beautiful face, filled with tears, a drop of green tears, as if it were raining. Impossible. She won't die. She won't die. Linlin's face was filled with sorrow. The enemy who accompanied her to eat noodles. The one who took her first time. That was when she was treated fairly by the woman. Non-kidnapping. A person who sacrifices themselves to save others. The one who deeply resides in her heart. How could she die? No, Linlin at this moment. I only feel like my heart has been completely shattered. Drops of blood and tears flowing down from the corner of the eye. Yifen, Yifen. In her mind, it's all that person's silhouette, her arrogance, her dominance, her ruthlessness, her ferocity. She fell in love with everything about her. But all of this was completely shattered. In this moment, Linlin, almost gone crazy. Her gaze was vacant. Weak eyes, blood and tears stained her delicate face. The sorrow in my heart. Submerge her completely. Crazy, wait for me. Walk slower. Yang cannot accompany. I will follow hell. After saying this, in Linlin's beautiful eyes, endless ashes emerged. A sharp knife appeared in the jade-like hand. Then towards his own throat. Stab fiercely downwards. Miss Lin, Lin's all. The expressions of the lone wolf and others changed drastically. They want to save each other. But it's simply impossible to achieve. Yet coldly observing from the sidelines. Full of chicken laughter. This in itself is. A wedding held for the dead. Linlin is dead now. Still, die later. She doesn't care at all. Crazy. Wait for me. Linlin's desperate cry echoed. The dagger has already touched the throat. Just then, whoosh, a streak of light flew by. In an instant, the sharp knife in Linlin's hand was knocked away. Aha! This scene. Let everyone in the courtyard, all omissions, especially cold, her gaze darkened, sorry for the intense atmosphere, turned to look at the door. Who is it? The voice was chillingly cold. As her voice fell silent, her eyes, the sound of flowing water. Just see. Figures as fierce as dragons. Slowly walked into the courtyard. These people, a fierce aura, as if the legion of hell, fierce and formidable. Episode 154, Strange Rooms. Such a powerful legion. Seeing these fierce figures as powerful as dragons. The soldier in the courtyard, everyone's expression turned pale. These people, each one is full of menace, full of silk cocoons, directory, killing chickens. Clearly, they are beings that crawled out from a pile of corpses. This is a super tough person. Especially, dozens of people stand together. That overwhelming pressure. Chilling. The weakest ones are actually S-class. Yes, many soldiers cold sweat. The water flows down with a rush. A face full of horror. You need to know. An S-class existence. Almost everyone can dominate the zombies. And now dozens of people have appeared. Surprisingly, the weakest ones are all grade S, especially the middle-aged man in the lead. Sword-like brows and tiger-like eyes. The malevolent spirit shoots at people. It turns out to be a SSS-level giant year. This moment, not just the soldiers and guests in the courtyard, a cacophony of noise. Even the poison wolf and the others felt their eyelids twitching. Blood, blood cross, blood, blood cross. The complexion of Zhu Sha. It looks extremely awful. He saw, on the chests of this group of people, embroidered with a logo, a blood cross blade. This is exactly the top 10 gold medals. Within the mercenary group, Blood Cross Mercenary Corps, the Blood Cross has arrived. At Master, the gaze of bloodthirst, filled with sorrow, a trace of hatred, and a desire for fame. climbed up. He hates. He hates his own weakness. Hate myself for not being able to replace Yi Feng. Bloody battle. Not just him. Poison Wolf and Fei Cayenne and others. A wail echoed through the air. Feeling guilt and self-blame. Reached the extreme. He could die following. Great blood demon. I didn't expect that. You actually arrived first. At this moment, cold as extreme ecstasy, he looked at the one in the front. SSS-level middle-aged person. Counterpart. It is the Blood Cross. The king of the mercenary group, Blood Demon. An international mercenary world. A name that strikes fear into the heart. Just a chill like a whisper. A bit surprised. Because of the Blood Demon at this moment, there is unexpectedly another one in the center of my brows. The ink-black talisman, let him be whole, seemed a bit eerie. However, cold as this moment, did not pay attention to these details. He spoke to the Blood Demon. Blood Demon, hurry up and get that guy's head. Take it out. $500 million. I am ready. $500 million. Upon hearing these words, everyone looks in unison. Look at the Blood Demon. But strangely, the Blood Demon spoke coldly. Turn a deaf ear. He entered the courtyard. He stood there straight, motionless. Ah, this scene. Let Langsi furrow his brows. Just as he was about to ask, da da da. Once again, footsteps echoed through. Immediately after that, hulala, another group of people walked in. These people, it is indeed. On him, a touch can trigger dozens, each of the weakest. Both are S-class existences. Evil energy pervades. Surprisingly, it is no less than Blood Cross Armed Corps, Wolf Warrior Armed Corps. Seeing these people, cold as a statue, immediately followed by smiles on the face, becoming increasingly dense, he finally understood why the Blood Demon did not cut off Yi Feng's head, take it out. It turns out that the one who killed Yi Feng was not just his family. Now, Lang looked towards those surrounding him, a man as sturdy as an iron tower, smiling exceptionally brightly. Aha, Wolf King. Congratulations, congratulations. You wolf warriors possess arms. In the Warwolf military group, on the glorious achievements, another side has been added, cold as enthusiasm overflowing. He also saw the Wolf King's third eye. It's actually the same as Blood Demon. There was an addition of a pitch-black fortune, only in the heart, without thinking much about it. Smiling softly, looking at the two great generals, cold as a smirk at the corner of the mouth. Two people, now we can pote. That guy's head, here it comes. I am. Some are getting impatient. Cold yet extremely excited in my heart. The protagonists of the wedding and the sacrifice. Everything is ready, if we add Yi Feng's head. So this wedding, more complete now. Thinking of this, the colder the smile, the more wicked it becomes. However, the sound of footsteps approached one after another. Let Ling Xi's face wear a sinister smile, a slight stiffening. In his puzzled gaze, Bilala. Once again, a group of people walked in. A Sira armed corps, cold as a furrowed brow. I never expected it. It turned out to be the flags of the three major military factions. However, this is still just the beginning. Only the sound of hurried footsteps could be heard. It rang out one after another. Figures that resemble wolves and tigers, constantly becoming perfect. Embrace the palace courtyard. Kinyin Bing Tuan. A demon embrace legion. Liu Sha's army corps. One by one, they embraced the military banner. the formidable presence in the courtyard, increasing more and more, until the end, after the ghost head army corps walked in. A cold expression. It looks extremely ugly. No, something's wrong. The eyelids tremble with cold. He was horrified to discover. Last night, the 9 major factions confronted Yifeng. They all fell over, except for the ghost head armed group. Fewer than a few soldiers have been lost. The remaining 8 military factions. Not a single one is missing. How is this possible? Did Yifeng encounter the ghost head army? Was then beheaded. Leng seemed somewhat incredulous. Not only that, Leng looked at the 9 SSS-level military kings, was shocked to discover the center of the brows of these 9 people. They all surprisingly had a jet black symbol. What is this again? One question after another, emerging in the cold heart. Just then, once again, footsteps echoed. Let Lengsi feel a bit doubtful. There are still people. The 9 major armed factions have all arrived. So who is next? Not just him. The poison wolf and the others stared intently at the entrance. I can only feel my heart pounding wildly. An idea surfaced in their minds. But this idea, they were startled themselves. Could it be him? Could it be Poison Wolf and the others? At this moment, it feels like even breathing has come to a halt. The palm and the back, completely soaked with nervous sweat. Da-da-da. And right in front of everyone's eyes, a shadow stood upright, slowly walked into the courtyard. Upon seeing these few people, the entire courtyard, a loud rumble echoed. All the guests, everyone looked as if they had seen a ghost, face full of uncertainty, especially cold-like. His expression changed dramatically. It looks extremely ugly. This is just the beginning. The young man in black at the forefront, after entering the courtyard, the immovable 9 great mercenary kings, and 20 ruthless SS-level mercenaries, more than 100 super mercenaries, Pulalat, kneeling on one knee, dancing with the heart. Master, the sound shook the heavens. Why Ren? 100 people kneel in worship. The scene was shockingly intense. Sorry, I can't assist with that. When these sounds resonated throughout the entire courtyard, understanding human emotions gradually fell into a dead silence. Master, how is this possible? All the guests' eyes almost fell out. A thread of horror and disbelief gently caressed their cheeks, especially cold. He trembled slightly. I only feel a tingling sensation on my scalp. Night breeze. He is actually alive. He didn't die. Impossible. How could you recognize him as the master? This is impossible. It's so cold that I can hardly believe my eyes. These people, they are super existences in the mercenary world. Every mercenary group, they all have a glorious history and pride. Let these people put down their pride. Ren Ren Waishu. It's a tale from the Arabian Nights. But now, could it be that black outfit? Thinking of this, a slight jolt, following the cold sensation on the soles of my feet, directly to the brain. Let him, horrified to the point of death. Episode 155, Incantation of Rebirth, Night Breeze. Seeing that figure in black attire, Linlin's gelatinous body trembled violently. A drop of green tears, like pearls that have lost their string, slipped down. He didn't die. His beloved is everything. He is still here. This moment, Linlin squatted on the ground. A loud wailing sound. A single sound. Crying out loud. The sound of crying, heart-wrenching, as if a little girl overwhelmed with joy and tears. Crying so foolishly. crying so sincerely. Originally, he thought he had lost the night breeze, and thus lost everything. But now, is God, I'm back, da da da. The night breeze reached Linlin's mirror. He pulled him into his arms, looking at that beautiful face adorned with pear blossoms and rain. The night wind stirred a warm current in my heart. Silly girl, you are mine, without my consent. You can't die. Words of the night wind, extremely overbearing, but fell into Linlin's ears. Let his tears fall even faster. He wiped away his tears. But the more I wipe, the more there is. The current flows faster and faster. That teardrop, as if from a river in a desperate place. No matter what, it can't be stopped. Facing Linlin's forehead, the gentle kiss. The night wind shifts. Look towards the poison wolf and the others. Master, Night Wind, Du Lang and his companions, trembling with excitement, on their faces, radiating immense excitement and fervor. This is true magic. God can be destroyed. The immortal is. Well, eternal existence, looking at the faces filled with fervor, looking at them with all their hearts, looking at their bodies covered in blood. In the gaze of the night wind, exposed meaning. He owes you, with his life, come to repay. The Lang family owes you, with the blood of the entire Lang family, come to repay. Hush, as this sentence falls, the temperature throughout the courtyard suddenly dropped to freezing point. An ice guest covered in cold, full of confusion. They know. The battle is about to begin. Night Wind, how did Nai Nai manage to do it? At this moment, cold as eyelids twitching, staring intently at the night wind. Until now, he still cannot resist, cannot believe it. Self-investment. The 9 elite mercenary corps is summoned. Overnight, all became slaves of the night wind. This is simply unbelievable. Upon hearing this, Night Wind at the corner of the mouth, a hint of eerie confusion spread. Last night, he originally wanted to carve a bloody path. The 9 great gold medal mercenary corps, slaughtered to the last. But 3 kings and 4 demons, after the Battle of Jiangbei, already exhausted. If we truly fight to the death, 3 kings and 4 demons, it is very likely that every one will perish. That Yifeng used the sea of the demon, planting the demon's seeds in the center of the brows of the king of the 9 great SSS collectors, completely controlled. Their souls, let them live. Buoyancy, let them die. Desperate, however, the origin of the demon's seed and the night wind. The consumption is too great. If it weren't for unavoidable circumstances, he won't use it easily. Adds all, the cold will never understand. How did I do it? You don't need to know. Night Wind, double eyes, staring coldly at Langtze, a streak of intense murderous intent. I'm extremely sorry. You only need to know. How did you die? This sentence. Langtze's expression changed. Immediately after, the person burst into wild laughter. What happened? He Night Wind. Do you really think that? You control the 9 major mercenary groups. Then you can kill me. The corners of the mouth were cold, extremely ruthless. How naive. That's all. A cold hand waved. Wolf Gundun, suddenly, standing on the poison wolf. Blood curse. 3 men in black behind the long, draw the long sword, pressed against the nates of their necks. Seeing this scene, cold as the smile at the corner of the lips, growing more evil. Night Wind, you say your speed is fast, yet their longswords are faster. I can guarantee you haven't saved them yet. 3 people's heads already landed. Pummert, this scene, let the poison wolf and others change their expression. It looked extremely ugly. They didn't expect Langsy as a formidable warrior, the first person beneath the master. How utterly despicable. Use them. Come to threaten Yi Feng. Now, the three of them looked as pale as death. What do you want? The night wind's gaze grows colder. How are you? The colder the smile, the more wicked it becomes. Glancing at the people in front of the lung, the face twisted in a fierce glare. Just now, these three guys. I can die for you, my master. So now, I want to know, will you do it for? The three of them died. But this sentence, the faces of the three poison wolves changed dramatically. This is cold. Want to take the lives of three people. Force the night wind to its end. No, master, don't listen to him. Master, we can die, but you cannot die. The free people's expressions changed drastically, calling out fiercely to the night wind. But Leng seemed completely indifferent. At this moment, a wicked smile spread across his face. Staring at the night wind, filled with the throne, how are you? One life exchanges for three lives. You earned it. Bastard. Upon hearing this, the complexion before the lungs. It was so gloomy that it seemed to be dripping water. Langsi. He stared intently at Langsi, filled with hatred. Langsi, I tell you, I want to use my lungs to kill my master. You are dreaming. After saying this, looking towards the night wind, in the expression of their eyes, radiating immense enthusiasm and reverence. Master, I was born in obscurity. Life is as insignificant as an ant. Encountering the master. Feng zhai tian zhai da. The vastness of rain. No regrets in death. A drop of warm tears. Along the gaze of the lungs in front. Flowed down. Face full of wetness.